Welcome to the American Stroke Foundation presentation on fatigue management strategies. So what is fatigue? Fatigue refers to feelings of constant tiredness, burnout, or lack of energy. Burnout refers to a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress. Note that the word constant is used in the definition of fatigue. So constant mental or physical exhaustion that impacts your ability to do everyday things. We all get tired, but when it impacts your ability to do the things you want or need to do, then we need to talk about it and do something about it. Why is taking care of your fatigue important? Imagine this. One morning you wake up early feeling less tired than normal and you can move a bit easier. You feel you are finally having a good day and decide to tackle the long list of jobs you have been putting off. You work hard all day with only a few rest breaks because you haven't had a good day for a while and you decide to do as much as possible. You feel you have your fatigue under control and plan to do even more the next day. You go to sleep feeling happy that you have gotten all those jobs done. What do you think happens the next morning? You guessed it. You wake up and your fatigue is worse than normal. Your whole body and all your joints are aching. This is a bad pain day. After a few hours of broken sleep, you drag yourself out of bed and barely manage to shower and have some breakfast. You can't even move enough to start the jobs you had planned for today. Nothing can distract you from the fatigue, so you spend the day either resting in bed or slumped on the couch. The medication or coffee you take doesn't help. You start to worry that you are having a bad flare-up or that something new is wrong. It all gets too much for you and you end up snapping at your family. You finally fall into bed, but you don't sleep well. The next morning your fatigue is worse and is bad for another 3 days. Does this sound familiar? This is called the boom and bust cycle of fatigue. This graph shows that when you push through the fatigue, your activity levels actually go down over time. This is why it's important to take rest breaks based on time instead of symptoms. It's the difference between getting regular car maintenance versus waiting till all the lights are on the dashboard. Now let's go over some examples of how to pace, plan, and prioritize for daily activities. The strategies we're going to talk about can help with both physical and mental fatigue, but there are a lot of mental fatigue strategies that aren't covered here, so you can ask your OT or speech about them. Energy conservation refers to completing tasks in a way that reduces the amount of energy you use. This will leave you more energy to do activities you want to do and find enjoyable. The 3 principles of energy conservation are pace, plan, and prioritize. Pace refers to learning to do a little bit more often. Plan refers to working smarter, not harder. And prioritize refers to saving the energy for what matters. So let's go through some daily activities. Washing and grooming. Examples of pacing would be to sit to wash your face, brush your teeth, and dry your hair, and having rest between each, and patting yourself dry rather than rubbing. Plan would be involve things like keeping all the things you need in the same place, using liquid soap instead of a bar. Prioritize would be using dry shampoo or using electrical toothbrushes instead of a regular toothbrush. I want to mention that all these strategies are from the Royal College of Occupational Therapists. They did a really good job summarizing the activities in general. Bathing and showering. An example of pacing is to sit in the shower if possible. An example of planning is to use long handle equipment and using equipment to get you in and out of the bath or shower. Prioritizing involves asking, is bathing an activity you enjoy and are willing to spend a lot of energy on? Is a daily bath or shower necessary? Could you do a sponge bath instead? Dressing. Pacing yourself involves sitting, breaking up tasks with easy ones, and taking break. Planning, rearranging your bedroom so that items you use most are easy to reach. Wear clothes that fasten at the front and are loose. Prioritizing involves rearranging your wardrobe and drawers so that all your clothes are close together, or putting clothes in groups of color. Cooking. Pacing would be to spread the preparation throughout the day, peel vegetables in the morning, cook in the afternoon, and reheat in the evening. Planning would be things like cooking large amounts and refrigerating or freezing extra portions. Prioritizing would be to buy pre-prepared vegetables, buy frozen ready meals, delegating to friends or family. For laundry, pacing involves spreading the tasks throughout the day, load the machine in the morning, empty it in the afternoon. sitting down to iron. Planning involves wearing clothes that wash, dry, and iron easily. Doing several small loads each week rather than one large wash. Prioritizing means asking yourself, is it necessary to iron all of your clothes? Do you need to fold all your towels and sheets? Housework. Pacing would be spreading heavy activities throughout the week. For example, vacuum a different room or part of a room each day, and doing a mix of heavy and light activities in a day. Planning involves collecting all items you need before you start and using a mop to clean floor spills rather than bending over. Prioritizing would be prioritizing the main rooms which are used and clean others less frequently. Asking a friend or family to help you. Shopping. Pacing would involve taking your time collecting your items, putting heavy items in different bags. Planning would involve shopping at quieter times, avoiding large or deep trolleys to reduce bending. Prioritizing, can you do online shopping? Can you shop on a day when you don't have other heavy tasks to do? Let's talk about the importance of rest. Rest is a part of performing your best. It is not a sign of weakness. Everyone who performs at the top of their game knows the importance of rest days. So often we see the process of taking a rest or having to take a rest mean we're not as strong, we're not as fast, we're not as good as we are. But all top performers rest. Rest is a part of recovery. Make an appointment with a professional. So how do you know when it's time to talk to someone? If you think your fatigue symptoms might extend beyond using the strategies we've talked about, consult with your doctor. The time you take for the appointment could save you invaluable time in the future.